Wow, that was a really good hike with him. He did really good going over the tunnel. And now we're heading on out. So that would be rated as like easy. You could do without water. Like I only took one sip of my water, mainly trying to get him, the dog, to, drink some water. I can remember when I was younger. So I was in my 20s. My grandparents gave me an 88 Grand Marquis. And it was around close to Christmas. It was close to Christmas time, so the mall was pretty busy. This was in Michigan. I'm pretty much backed out of the spot. Like, I'm within 2 inches of being completely backed out of a parking spot. This car, and I saw him, he comes flying down the aisle and just lays on the freaking horn. And I'm like, what the hell? And I pull straight, and he's just like right against the back of the car. And he's just blasting his horn. I literally just put it in park and just watched the mirror, and he's just back there. Ah! He's just like as if I just blocked him or something. Like, well, I was already almost out of the parking spot, and you were the one that was hauling butt down a parking lot aisle. Like, maybe use your brain. And then he tried to follow me through the parking lot. So you're in such a hurry, then you're gonna follow somebody. There's just crazy people out there in this world. Crazy people, I tell you. But I've had a few car encounters like that, just various things over the years where out of the blue, somebody just goes nuts. One of the times on a motorcycle, I was on my FC1 and I was near that same mall in Michigan, and it was kind of backed up, so I kind of went around vehicles to get in the left lane. There was no one in the left turn lane. I got over there, and I don't know why the guy got mad at me. I don't know if going around him just ticked him off or what the deal was, or it was that, well, I shouldn't say there was no one in the left lane. There was a big truck, and the truck made a left turn, and I kind of did one of those blindly, I'm young, make a left turn, and there's a car oncoming. I made it. It scared me enough, right? But then I'm getting up to the next light with traffic. I'm in front of the mall, and this black SUV, I'm assuming he was one of the ones I passed. Like, I don't even know where he came from. And the guy is on the side of me as I'm coming up to this red light. He flies up to the side, my right side, and he's yelling, hanging out of his driver's window, just, ah! I don't even know what he's saying. I have a helmet on. He's throwing his arms. He's just angry. I'm like, oh God, what the hell's going on? And so, of course, I just didn't stop with the cars at the red light. So come up, all this is happening. I went ahead and lane split at this point. I'm not going to have this guy behind me irate, right? So I lane split up to the front of the red light. I look back, I'm watching my mirror. I'm thinking that's going to be it, right? Because now it's traffic. I just went, past 5 cars. He has no way around these people. And I see him running down in between the cars, between the lanes. He's running. He's outside his vehicle. The vehicle's doors open. He's running. I'm like, holy cow. So I quickly couldn't really go straight because there was traffic coming out of the mall, but most people were turning left out of the mall, and so I kind of just went right on red, I was kind of in the left lane. There was multiple lanes, but I just went across because I have this crazy guy running. He's like, wait there, I'm just, take off. I take off, and he continues straight. I then kind of loop around inside, figuring he's gone, right? He's gone. I loop around, I come back out. I'm back on the same road. Okay, whatever. That was weird. I don't know what the heck that was all about, but whatever. As a rider, as just a person, you become used to crazy people out there in the world. And I'm at the next light, so I'm another light down, And I'm waiting there, not really thinking about much, and he comes hauling butt, slams on his brakes, slides into the intersection, jumps out of his vehicle with something in his hand. I don't know what it is. I thought it looked like a radio at the time or something, but this guy was obviously not a cop. Not a cop car, not dressed as a cop. Nothing about him saying he never announced himself as a cop or anything. And he's screaming, like, wait right there. Ah! I just like gassing. I turn right back into this other shopping center. And as I'm in there, I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? This guy's like, he is seriously nuts. I'm like scared to death at this point. I have no idea what's going on. And I go ahead, and there's a furniture store called Art Van. So I kind of go hide behind these semi-trucks, and then I see this guy in a suit, so I ride over to him. I'm like, dude, this guy tried to just kill me. He's going berserk, road rage. I don't know what the deal is, and I'm literally going to ride into your store if he comes into this lot, because they had those big, doors. Those huge, like, automatic doors that slide open. And I was like, I'm gonna ride my motorcycle into your store, because I saw his sales tag and stuff, on his suit. And who else would be wearing a suit, right? To go furniture shopping? No, Art Van's not a high class store, so it's kind of like, what would it be compared to out here? American Factory Warehouse type, okay stuff, nothing great, nothing spectacular. It's not Woodley's, for example. He's like, no, I'll wait with you, and I'm like, oh shit, there he goes. But the guy, I see him go by, but he never turns his head to the right, so I don't think he saw me back at this furniture store. I wait maybe 5-10 minutes. He waits with me. He's like, yeah, I'll call the cops if this guy comes in and tries to do something. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna ride the motorcycle right into your store. I don't give a shit, because I know you have cameras, right? And he goes, yeah, we have cameras. I'm like, yeah, that way if something happens, it's all freaking documented. I don't care, I'll ride. Motorcycle riding into the store is not gonna hurt anything, right? It's gonna be like the talk of the day and week and month for that store, probably make the news, but I'm most likely going to be safe, right? Because this guy is obviously berserk. He's crazy, man. I mean, you don't go running down the freaking lane to do what to somebody, then squeal, come to a stop at such a high speed that he slides into an intersection that is, cars had just started going, and then start yelling at somebody to get off their bike and have something in their hand. For what? Because I needed to turn left and traffic was backed up, and so I kind of just went around and got into the left lane. I call this less traffic. You might say, well, that was illegal. Okay, but what he did was highly illegal and shouldn't have been done. Two wrongs don't make a right. I've said that quite a bit in life. It seems like people don't understand that. They want to argue like, oh, you might have did something, and that gives them a reason. No, it doesn't give them a reason. It does not give them a reason whatsoever to do. My riding bad, if you want to consider that, I mean, I hardly consider that being bad, but me riding horrible doesn't equate to you then driving horrible and putting everyone's life in danger because you perceive something as unsafe. And me maybe cutting the left turn too soon because I couldn't see, that would have been my life. It has nothing to do with you. I would have been screwed there. I learned a lesson. I never, ever, ever make a turn with a vehicle when I can't see ahead. And that drives people behind me crazy, whether I'm on a motorcycle, whether I'm in a vehicle. If I can't see for that left turn, I'm not just blindly going. Just because you're going to blindly go, I'm not going to do it. Because I've been there, and that is scary. So I learned from my mistake, Jeez. But yeah, people are like that. They're just crazy out there, for no reason. For no reason. That was one of the early, road rage things. Me on this new 2001 Yamaha FZ1. I had the blue one. Oh, it was so pretty. I picked the blue because I figured it stood out more. People would see it. I preferred the black, but I was like, I'll go with the blue. It's probably safer. It was a nice bike. I should have just kept that bike. Should have kept that bike. Why didn't I keep that bike? I should have kept it. Oh boy. Should have kept it. I didn't even sell it for much money, so should have just kept it. But yeah, I've had weird stuff. On the bike, it seemed like I got more of that than in the car. In the car, I've had weird things like that too. Now, switch it to a car story. I had once, and this was here in Colorado. I was on I-25. I was going down to Motor City exit. A guy was getting on here at 24. I'm on 24 now. He was gonna, he was getting on going south. I actually got over so he could get on, merge on, because it was heavy traffic. He gets on, I get in front of, speed up, I blink, I move over in front of him, and he goes berserk on me. He starts like just honking and screaming, and I just let you on the interstate. I didn't even have to move over, and now you're going berserk. And he then follows me off the interstate, and so I had to take a few different turns I was going to take, type thing. And he's just screaming and honking and throwing up the middle finger, and it's like, what did I just do to you? I just let you on the interstate. What is your major malfunction, dumb shit? That's like, what? I did not do anything to hurt you. I mean, unless he considered that somehow I cut him off. No, I let you on, I sped up and blinked, plenty of room, and got in front of you. I mean, it was nowhere near cutting you off. But, people are so stupid. Yeah, just the other day, coming back from karate, at a four-way stop in Monument on 2nd Street, an old Denver highway, this idiot, it was my turn to go. I got there just slightly before they did. I'm also on their right, and I start to go, and then he just decides to go too, and I just keep going. I blare my horn. I'm like right near their car. I should have just kept going, honestly. They stop, I stop. Well, I kind of had stopped. I would have T-boned them. And, of course, I honk him, and the stupid high schooler, this soy boy in the passenger seat flicks me out like, oh, God, that hurt me. Oh, you just hurt me. And my daughter was like, yeah, it was a girl driving. I thought it was a boy, but I equated him flicking me off with girl, him, driver. But she was like, no, it was a girl driving. I was like, oh, okay, well, and I taught her, when you get at a four-way stop at the same time, technically I was a little sooner there. I didn't race up there. I mean, I was already there, basically. I had already stopped. He comes up, kind of stops, just a tad after me. Okay, I'm on the right, I go. People just don't know. Person on the right has the right of way. That's how it works, people. I just don't get drivers. This video is about not getting drivers, really. It is. I don't understand them. I'm passing cars on the right. If you're wondering, why is he in the left lane? I got a car in front of me. I'm going faster than the traffic in the right. And there's traffic behind me, and there's traffic in front of me. So the whole stay to the right doesn't technically work. If you want to do a video talking about that, it doesn't really work that well. It works in theory, doesn't work. So if I had to get over now, there's a box truck coming up on the right. I would have to slow down, get behind them, move back out, cut somebody off because they're then going faster than me, speed up. I mean, it doesn't work when there's traffic. Stay to the right when, yeah, you're in Kansas and there's no one around. Yeah, sure. I mean, when you have bumper traffic going, you know, all lanes. So, you know, it's 65 zone. I'm going 75. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going 75. There's a Volvo XC90 in front of me. He's also same. I'm just going the flow. We're dropped down now below 70. Everyone slowed down. See, it just changes that much. And we're still passing people in the right. You know? It's like, what do you want me to do? I will very rarely drive in the far right lane. This is the 3-lane road. The reason being is because you got people going like 15, 20 miles per hour under the speed limit over there. You got people exiting, people merging on. That's the worst lane to ever just cruise in. Don't cruise in the far right lane in the U.S. If you're going to cruise in the middle. Middle lane sometimes works out pretty good. Again, you get a lot of people that are going below the speed limit in the middle lane. It occasionally happens in the fast lane. I guess that's just America for you. I mean, I really wish you could drive and do the whole stay in the right. But if all these cars in front of me, as far as I can see, which is probably, you know, 50 cars that I can just see alone, if we all got over to the right would have we would have no space in between the vehicles. Really, these roads are not wide enough. There probably should be another 2 lanes each direction for the traffic. Maybe even 3 lanes each direction, but there's not. Now, I don't know, Colorado has this thing, they love toll roads, but they don't love OHV lanes. They hate OHV, not off-highway vehicle, OHV. HOV lane, HOV lanes. They don't like HOV lanes. I don't know why. I mean, you got states like, you know, I go Tennessee, you go Nashville, the HOV lane is, God, that thing goes forever outside of the Nashville. It's nice, you know, because you look at the sign, okay, I'm by myself, or now I have a daughter, or I have 2 people. Now a lot of places have said 3 people, you know. Oh, that makes it hard. How's a cop going to know if there's a 3rd person? And you can't see in a lot of back of vehicles, so it's like, how are you going to know there's somebody in the back or not? I haven't seen that yet, so I don't know where. I've just seen that on, I think, TV. It's probably California. Oh, we got to up it to 3 people. Got to have at least 3 people for being a high occupancy vehicle. I just think that just a lot of people are cheating. Oh, there's 2 people? Okay. I mean, people cheat when it's you need 2. So think about if they need 3. It's like, well, yeah, you can't see in the back. So as long as I'm not doing anything to just being justified being pulled over, you as an officer have no idea. Like, that's going to be hard to enforce. So basically, they have to get you for speeding or something, pull you over and be like, oh, I got you for speeding, but I also noticed that you need 3 people to use this lane. Government makes it so it's hard to just get around, do your thing. Come on. I usually get to the middle after Academy. That tends to be where it mellows out. You know, you're not dealing with people getting off, or people getting on, people switching to the fast lane. I mean, yeah, this is faster than the middle lane, so we're going 72-ish, and I think it's still 65, but it might be 70. No, it's 65. Turns 70 around the next corner up by Briargate. But yeah, you know, I'm going Now we're going 70, so technically 5 over. You know, Colorado, the speed limit is absolute, right? So I never get up to somebody. Like, a lot of people will be like tailgating like this car in front of me, like, oh, go, 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 go. Oh, what are you doing? Yeah, I want to do 90. Ah! I knew this one rider guy. Oh, that semi just cut off that truck. Or that, God, a truck, it's a car. The semi cut off a car. Well, you were going kind of slow in the fast. Oh, it's a rental car. Has the red plate. Anyways, but people will get up and I'll look down first before I get impatient. I'm like, oh, we're going over the speed limit. Okay. If we're going over the speed limit, I have no reason to be mad at anyone. But I like I was going to get to before that whole truck thing I saw up at, I had a rider buddy that I used to know, this Adam guy. You won't know who he is. This Adam guy, man, he'd be like, oh, well, I drive 90. You got to get out of my way. I want to go 90. You need to stay to the right because I want to do 90. Like, that's technically not how it works. Technically, you have no right to be, okay, now it's up to 75, so I'm okay. 5 to 10 over, I don't think it's a big deal on interstates. And if people are going, if you catch up to somebody doing 5, 10 over, don't be so impatient. Like, just because you want to do 90, they're already breaking the speed limit. And see, now I tend to get over because the reason why is it kind of thins out with the traffic some. And for whatever reason, the traffic speeds up here. They'll go drastically slow in town, below the speed limit, but you get just outside and they speed up. You know, we're doing 5 over in the middle lane. Like, I'm okay with that. That guy's probably going 5 below. You can't see, but minivan, people in the far right are probably going below the speed limit. Let's see. I'll kind of slow down. Let's see. I'm going exactly the speed limit. Yeah, I'm passing people that are in the right lane. Okay, you know, that doesn't go the speed limit, people. That's why I never cruise over there. I will say one thing that really helps you to not speed is like the newer vehicles with the active radar. Like our Ford Bronco Sport has the Pilot 360. You activate that, it keeps you in the lane, it does the turning, and it keeps the distance. You set the distance to vehicles. So, you know, set it on 80, 85, catch up to somebody, it slows down, and yeah, you don't seem to get like impatient about it. It's just like, oh, okay, well, now I'll look down, I'm like, oh, it slowed down, okay. Well. Okay, now we're doing 5 under in the middle lane. Speed back up. Oh. That's why it makes the roads dangerous. You got people that want to do 90. You got people that want to just, you know, like me, 5, 10 over at most. And, you know, I'm passing people. And then you got the people that go really, really slow and put everyone's life at. I think if you go too slow, you're actually putting people's life at risk. Yeah, the minimum speed might be 55 miles per hour on the interstate. I believe that's the minimum. And it might be that, but it's a 75 zone. You're asking to cause a wreck. Just had to do a little yawn. But yeah, you are going to cause a wreck going 55 in a 75 zone. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. No. But I'm saving fuel. You don't understand, man. I can't pay for fuel. Then you probably shouldn't be driving at all. Anyways, this video is mainly about bad drivers, some stories I had. I have more. I've seen a lot. I've put a lot of miles on vehicles. Considering I'm not a professional truck driver or anything, God, I probably, you know, I have probably over 500,000 miles on various vehicles. You know, that's a lot of driving just for the normal person. But then again, I don't know. A person that does a long commute, they probably rack it up too. So you would think people would drive better because they have so many miles, right? Become a professional at something when you spend so many hours doing a task. And my exit's coming up, so you know, this is when I get over far right. It's a straight line in my exit. Gonna get off here at Baptist Road. Yep, gonna get off at Baptist Road in Monument, Colorado. It's kind of on the line for Colorado Springs and Monument. Actually, the pilot station, I was told, is actually Monument. I didn't know that. They must have annexed that off to Monument. They must have been able to pick which side they wanted to be there, I guess. So anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the talking videos that I've been doing in the car, and the vlogging with a twist with the doggy. Oh, I love doing those. Just taking him out. That's going to be a lot of fun. Going to do a lot of trails. Going to show you a lot of areas of Colorado, I hope, and just various trails. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Y'all take care, stay well, stay safe, my friends, and get out there and do some sort of activity. It's good for you. Have a good one. Bye.